Okay, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and many thanks for the introduction, Jennifer. As most of you are already aware, financial technology, or fintech, is changing the way large segments of banking, insurance, and investment sectors work. But we are also beginning to see how this impact is filtering through into people's daily lives, either in terms of their daily financial transactions, but also in terms of the transparency of the relationship between the customers and clients and the financial institutions which serve them. On that note, today I would like to briefly highlight what we here in Adapt see as the key drivers in fintech over the next period, and give you an overview of where our own fintech ambitions are and how we hope to work with others to drive technology innovation, but also transparency in financial services and applications. So in terms of the drivers of growth, the big consistent four over the past 10 years have, of course, been first, increasing return on investment, second, cutting costs, third, adherence to regulatory requirements, and fourth, and related to that, improving risk management within an organization. More recently, the range of drivers has, of course, though, become more diverse. The obvious one for us here living in Ireland is the continued impact of Brexit, not only in terms of the financial services sector and how it's being redistributed across Europe, but also the range of technological solutions that are now required to streamline various commercial transactions. In the past year, we have also had the repercussions of the pandemic. COVID-19 has not just seen an increase in working from home, but it also significantly sped up a movement towards a cashless economy where people have advanced in droves to online services for many of the activities that would otherwise have been conducted in bricks and mortar operations. But with these great growth vectors come additional challenges, and this is reflected in the policy changes that are already here and are coming down the tracks. Our politicians remind us that we need fintech and the financial sector in general to embrace sustainability as much as any other sector of the economy needs to. We also need to consider the social impact of technology and try to ensure that fintech and retail fintech in particular helps to increase financial literacy and digital inclusion, and that we don't end up in a situation where a digital underclass is excluded from financial services. This also relates, of course, to the challenge of explainability, where we need to be able to substantiate financial management and risk decisions across a wide range of applications. Also, particularly in the last few months, of course, we have seen the very real dangers that fraud, hacking, and security breaches can bring. Online identity verification and the integration of trusted agents, both within the firewall of an organization and outside, are all necessary. The EU's proposed DORA legislation on digital operational resilience for the financial sector is, of course, one very real manifestation of this. Finally, it is, of course, worth noting that a sector that fintech needs to respond to is the potential disruption of digital currencies. Whether these turn out to be the tulips of the 21st century or a long-term shift, they do represent a disruptive impact in the medium term. Across all of these opportunities, we believe that Ireland can be a global leader and help to drive the research and technological future and provide balance between excellent technology development and alignment with social needs. So, which brings me to Adapt's fintech goals. Our goal is simply to bring excellent science in financial technology and Adapt's core competencies in digital content in order to help speed up the adoption and positive impact of fintech in the real world. To date, we have focused on sub-disciplines, including RegTech, InsurTech, and PayTech. But fintech is, of course, very broad, and we see growth opportunities across LendTech and WealthTech as well. But regardless of the specific fintech branch, our competencies in digital content analysis and modeling can underpin development. We've already spoken today in general terms about our expertise in machine learning, domain modeling, governance, but our expertise is also much broader and deeper than that. To take a few additional examples. Conversational systems are growing rapidly in the fintech space, not only in terms of providing the low-hanging fruit of customer service agents, but also delivering collaborative assistance that can advise and work with stakeholders to both minimize risk and create a convenient mechanism for simplifying complex financial transactions. Behavioral and process modeling are equally important goals across fintech and related sectors. Here we aim to model processes and typical operational flows and conduct analysis to optimize these flows or examine the consequences of changes that we might make. In terms of another example, consider personalization. Personalization is not just something that applies to movie recommenders. Automatic personalization allows new interfaces, applications, and services to be tailored to the needs of the user, hence increasing satisfaction. And as we know, that then leads to longer-term engagement. So fintech is an important brand and focus area for us in Adapt2, with a strong pipeline of industry partners, and these partners are both national and international. Project areas that we have worked on or are working on presently include risk modeling, price elasticity, portfolio management, insurance claim assessment, to name but a few. To expand on this, let me briefly talk through a couple of example projects that we have worked on. An early project with Deutsche Bank developed and deployed machine learning driven solutions to help generate new insight reports on trends in technology. This work was deployed internally, providing a 3-to-1 return on investment. We have also run a number of projects with Fidelity Investments. One such project has looked at dividend modeling with a view to enhancing regulatory compliance. Meanwhile, with Munich Re, we have put our expertise in advanced machine learning and natural language processing to work in order to automate aspects of the underwriting process. But our projects, of course, can be diverse in nature. So for example, for another multinational fintech software firm, we assisted them with developing new analytics models to analyze absenteeism in the workspace. So the breadth of projects that we are involved with in the fintech space reflects the breadth of expertise that Adapt can draw on. Our team of senior academic researchers in this area span 4 different universities and multiple disciplines, ranging from artificial intelligence through to finance, governance, and the broader ICT space. As we move into the new phase of Adapt, we are excited by the opportunities and challenges presented by fintech and are very keen to work with high caliber partners in this area. In a moment, my colleague Declan Kibben will briefly review mechanisms for collaboration and how these sorts of relationships can be built up. But for the moment, I would just like to thank you for your attention and leave you with this quote from one of our partners. Many thanks.